5 Lessons from Die with Zero by Bill Perkins. Hey DeftU Insights viewers, ever found yourself caught in the whirlwind of life, always chasing the next milestone, always saving for a someday that feels perpetually out of reach? We all do it. We often live as if time is an infinite resource, pushing off our dreams, our passions, and our most cherished experiences until a nebulous future. But what if that future never arrives in the way we envision? What if the real tragedy isn't running out of money, but running out of life, with a fortune left unspent and a heart full of regrets? Today, we're diving deep into a profound philosophy that challenges our deeply ingrained habits of saving and spending. It's about optimizing your entire life's journey, making sure your resources, your time, your energy, your money are intentionally converted into the richest possible experiences. We're going to explore 5 powerful lessons to help you shift from unconscious accumulation to conscious, joyful living. Let's make sure you're truly living your life, not just postponing it.
Lesson 1. Time bucket your dreams. Don't just dream them. We often talk about a bucket list, a collection of aspirations we hope to achieve someday. But here's a critical insight. Life isn't one big, undifferentiated stretch of time. It's a series of distinct seasons, or time buckets, and each one has its own unique capabilities and limitations. Just as a garden has specific times for planting certain seeds, your life has windows of opportunity for particular experiences that, once closed, might never reopen. Think about it. Rock climbing in the Himalayas, learning to surf, taking a year off to backpack through Southeast Asia, or even just chasing your toddlers around the park. Many physically demanding or time-intensive dreams have an expiry date. You can't water ski in your 90s, and a 3-month European tour hits differently as a spirited 20-something than as a weary retiree. We also experience many small deaths throughout our lives. The unburdened college student, the parent of an infant, the person with limitless energy in their 20s. Each version of you eventually fades, and with it, the perfect window for certain joys. The practical takeaway here is to consciously design your life's narrative by time bucketing. Grab a pen and paper, sketch out your life in 5 or 10-year segments, and then list all the experiences you genuinely desire. Don't worry about money at this stage. Think big. Learning a new language, starting a side business, volunteering abroad, or reconnecting with old friends. Then honestly ask yourself, when is the ideal time for this experience to happen? Where does it align best with your physical vitality, your family commitments, your career stage? By proactively placing these aspirations into their optimal time buckets, you transform vague somedays into concrete plans. Instead of just dreaming, you're building a roadmap. You'll find that many adrenaline-fueled adventures belong in your younger, more energetic years, while others, more reflective pursuits, can be savored later. This isn't about creating pressure. It's about acknowledging life's natural flow and ensuring you seize those limited edition moments before they quietly pass you by. Don't wait for someday. Identify your when and start planning. Lesson 2. Convert your wealth into worthwhile experiences. We're often conditioned to view money as an end in itself, something to accumulate, to hoard, to see grow in a bank account or investment portfolio. But what if we reframed money entirely? What if we saw it as life energy, the finite hours we spend working transformed into a transferable resource? If you work tirelessly for years only to die with a substantial amount of unspent wealth, haven't those precious hours of your life been needlessly squandered? You've essentially worked for free. The core lesson here is to shift your mindset from accumulating wealth to optimizing fulfillment. Life, at its essence, is an optimization problem. How do you get the most joy and meaning out of your finite existence? And the research is clear. Spending on experiences, not possessions, yields greater happiness and creates what's called a memory dividend. Unlike a new car that depreciates the moment you drive it off the lot,
An incredible journey, a shared meal, or a challenging adventure pays dividends for a lifetime. Every time you recall that experience, every time you share that story, every time you look at a photo, you're reinvesting in that initial joy. It compounds, generating ongoing emotional returns. Imagine two friends. One constantly upgrades their tech and car, filling their home with the latest gadgets. The other, with a similar income, invests in a trip to Patagonia, takes cooking classes, and hosts regular elaborate dinner parties. Years later, which one has the richer tapestry of stories, the deeper connections, and the more vibrant sense of a life truly lived? It's rarely the one with the newest TV. So how do you put this into practice? Start by consciously evaluating your spending. Instead of mindlessly buying something, ask, what is the true life energy cost of this item? What experience could this money buy instead? Could that daily gourmet coffee habit fund a weekend getaway each year? Could delaying that car upgrade by a year enable a family trip that builds irreplaceable memories? This isn't about deprivation, it's about conscious, deliberate choices. It's about converting your hard-earned life energy into a joy portfolio that keeps paying you back long after the initial investment. Lesson 3. Plan to spend your life, not just save it. The idea of die with zero can sound radical, even irresponsible. But let's be clear, this isn't about hitting an exact, literal zero balance at the moment of your last breath. That's impossible. It's about a fundamental shift in mindset from infinite accumulation to strategic decumulation. It's about rejecting the default mode of saving for sake's sake and instead intentionally planning to deploy your resources to maximize your total lifetime enjoyment. Most people save far too much for far too late in life, often driven by two powerful fears: longevity risk, outliving your money, and mortality risk, dying too early. For mortality risk, we have life insurance, but for longevity risk, many of us try to self-insure by hoarding cash, often ensuring we die with a massive surplus that was earned but never enjoyed. This is where financial tools like income annuities come into play. These aren't for everyone, but they represent a powerful concept: paying an insurance company a lump sum to guarantee monthly payments for the rest of your life, no matter how long you live. This effectively offloads the longevity risk from you to the insurer, allowing you to spend down your other assets more confidently. The lesson here is to stop being your own amateur insurance agent. Understand that your primary financial goal should be maximizing total life fulfillment, not just net worth. This requires a proactive, strategic approach to spending down your assets. Think of your financial journey like a meticulously planned performance, not an endless rehearsal. You want to ensure all the props, sets, and costumes are used for the main show, not left in storage. Start by getting a realistic estimate of your life expectancy through widely available calculators. Then determine your survival threshold, the minimum amount you need for basic security. Once that's established, the mindset shifts dramatically. You can then work with a fee-only financial advisor, someone compensated for advice, not for assets under management, to help you build a responsible decumulation plan. This plan should be designed to strategically spend down your surplus funds on experiences, particularly in those go-go years when your health and energy are at their peak. It's about making conscious choices to enjoy your money while you can, rather than leaving it to chance. Lesson 4. Gift experiences, not just inheritances. But what about the kids? This is often the first objection to the die with zero philosophy, cloaked in a sense of parental responsibility. And it's a valid question. But true responsibility to your children isn't about leaving them a massive inheritance at a random point in their middle age or later. It's about intentional, impactful giving that enriches their lives when it matters most. Here's the often overlooked truth: the money you plan to leave your children is their money. Why wait until you're gone for them to receive it?
Federal Reserve data shows that the average age people receive an inheritance is around 60. Imagine the years of struggle, the missed opportunities, the dreams deferred, when that money could have provided a crucial boost decades earlier. The peak utility of money for most adults, when it can have the greatest transformative impact, like a down payment on a first home, starting a family, or launching a career, is typically between ages 26 and 35. Giving money at this stage isn't spoiling them, it's empowering them to build their own lives from a stronger foundation. Beyond monetary gifts, your most profound legacy for your children lies in the experiences you share and the memories you create together. Many parents mistakenly believe that working ceaselessly to accumulate more money always benefits their children. Yet this often comes at the direct cost of shared time, laughter, and irreplaceable moments. Those memories of playing together, listening to their dreams, and guiding them through challenges have a far greater, lasting positive effect on their adult health and well-being than any sum of money dropped in their lap at 60. Think of it like a memory garden. Planting seeds of shared experiences today will yield beautiful blooms that your children can cherish and draw strength from for a lifetime. This giving while living principle extends to charity as well. The suffering the world faces doesn't wait for your passing. The impact of a significant donation to a cause you care about can be exponentially greater if given when the funds can be put to immediate use, solving real problems now. So challenge the default. Instead of passively accumulating for a future inheritance, become an active, intentional benefactor. Give early, give often, and give when it can make the most profound difference, whether to your kids, your loved ones, or causes you champion. Lesson 5. Prioritize your prime: health, time, and bold action. Life's journey isn't just about money. It's about the synergy of three critical resources: money, time, and health. The mistake many make is accumulating vast sums of money, only to find they lack the health or time to truly enjoy it. The truth is, your capacity to derive enjoyment from money tends to decline with age. As physical health inevitably diminishes, the range of experiences you can partake in, from adventurous travel to strenuous hobbies, becomes increasingly constrained. This makes money inherently more useful when you possess abundant vitality. This leads to a powerful lesson: health is your most valuable asset. Investing time and resources into maintaining your physical and mental well-being isn't a luxury, it's a non-negotiable component of maximizing lifetime fulfillment. Think of your health as the engine of your experience-generating machine. Neglect it, and everything else suffers. Conversely, small, consistent efforts in nutrition, exercise, and mental well-being yield massive returns in your ability to enjoy every moment. Secondly, during your prime working and parenting years, time becomes an incredibly scarce and precious commodity. This is when wisely exchanging money for time can dramatically enhance your life satisfaction. Can you outsource chores like cleaning, yard work, or even meal prep? Can you simplify your commitments to free up hours for family, hobbies, or simply rest? This strategic trade-off isn't wasteful. It's an investment in your peace of mind and your capacity for joy. Finally, embrace boldness, especially when the stakes are low. Life presents asymmetric risks, where the potential upside far outweighs the downside. These are often most abundant in your younger years. A career pivot, a big move, or launching a risky venture might feel scary in your 20s, but the cost of failure is typically minimal because you have a long runway to recover, reload, and try again. The rewards of early success, however, can compound over many more years. As you age, certain risks shift from bold to foolish. What was exhilarating in your 20s could lead to serious injury in your 50s. The greatest risk isn't trying and failing. It's looking back on a life filled with what-ifs, regretting the chances you didn't take when you had the health, time, and flexibility to do so. Identify your net worth peak,
the point where you have enough for security and start enjoying it. Don't let fear dictate inaction. Your prime years are calling for bold, intentional living.
Conclusion. The concept of hitting a literal zero balance the moment you pass away is, of course, an impossible target. No one has a crystal ball to predict their exact final day. But the power of this philosophy isn't in its mathematical precision, it's in its profound ability to rewire your deepest financial instincts. It shifts your internal autopilot from endless accumulation to conscious, strategic deployment of your life's most precious resources, your time, your health, and your money. By embracing these 5 lessons, time bucketing your dreams, converting wealth into experiences, planning to spend intentionally, giving proactively, and prioritizing your prime years, you're not just managing your finances. You're orchestrating a life rich in meaning, connection, and adventure. You're cultivating a fulfillment curve that maximizes your enjoyment throughout every stage, rather than hoarding for a future that may never fully materialize. Why postpone your fullest life until your vitality wanes? Why accumulate resources that ultimately go unused? The goal isn't just to make money, it's to make a life. So take these insights, reflect on your own journey, and start designing the most exhilarating, satisfying adventure possible. What's one immediate step you can take to put these lessons into practice? Let us know in the comments below. And if you found these insights valuable, hit that like button, subscribe to DeftU Insights, and ring the notification bell so you don't miss our next deep dive into optimizing your life. Thanks for watching, and here's to a life well lived.